So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We thought this year we'd change it up a little bit with the riders' briefing notes, because over the years it's pretty obvious that they haven't been read. Don't read them. So we thought we'd do it this year through the medium of the internet. So we'd like to welcome you to round one in Builth Wells for the Scott Mountain Bike Marathon Series 2017. On the Saturday night, Dave, we've got the
exposure lights, big night out. First round, starting at 8 o'clock.
And what are the distances, Dave? We've got the Equinox, which is a smaller one,
which is 20k. And then the Max D, we're coming in at 40k. Slightly harder, slightly more time out in the dark.
So there'll be a lead out behind the truck, and that's sort of neutralised for the first couple of k. This helps to string the riders out a little bit. Yeah.
Just remember, guys, once you've signed on, you'll get given a number board. Make sure that's clearly visible on your handlebars, just so we can keep a record of who's out on the course.
And we could say at this point as well, if you're riding for the weekend, so if you've signed on for the nighttime ride and you decide that the temptation of the bar and the music is a little bit too much, and you decide you're not going to go out on your bike, you need to come and sign off, so we know maybe that you haven't gone out, but that you have definitely returned. A rear light is mandatory because you will be going out on the highway, and this time you will need to observe the highway code, of course, so wheelies, bunny hops, manuals off curbs, stuff like that.
Probably not the best.
Not the best. Course will be silver arrows on a black background.
Yeah. So the course heads out from the showground, goes through the town of Builth Wells, which is quite interesting on Saturday night, and then heads up towards the Army Ranges, towards Brecon. Once you get up onto the top, then you'll meet your first marshal. He'll kick you out onto the hills, and then that's where the fun will start. We do a little bit more climbing, and then a loop round Panthlin Pool.
It's not the same as the pool where Arthur's sword Excalibur rides, but it's very similar. It's the Mid-Wales version. This is where the route splits. You've got the shorter Equinox, will split off to the left there, and we'll head down the Three Gates descent.
Which is a cracking descent.
A cracking descent. The Max D at that point goes out and does a further loop, nice, in the dark. That's particularly tasty. And then it heads back down into Builth Wells for the short distance.
Yeah.
And the Max D crew, the lucky ones on the longer rides, will get to go and sample the delights of Club Lane. We'll say as well, stick to the waymarked course, because there is potential for you to spot riders riding around the mountain underneath you, and there being a 5 metre frame snapping drop between you and those lights. So follow the arrows.